So you're new to this education business. Well, this is a rough town, and I'm here to show you the ropes. Lesson 1, the Dons of Learning Theory. These are the guys behind the scenes, pulling all the strings, making all the calls. Each one represents his own family, as they call them, and each one is more deadly than the last. So stay sharp, pay attention, and you might just learn something that saves your life. Up first, Abraham Little Moscow Maslow. Maslow is known to have stated that a student's basic needs must be met before they'll efficiently be able to learn. He uses a pyramid to visualize his hierarchy of needs. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. The last person who called him Mario ended up taking a swim in a pair of cement slippers. So watch out for Maslow. You might be asking, why does he cling to the pyramid? What does it mean? Just hold on, we'll get to that part. Up next, let's take a look at Piaget and Vygotsky. Jean Piaget, Le Parrain, or as they say in English, the Godfather. Piaget is known to have promoted the idea that as children grow up, they go through stages of development. Also, the idea that the mind sorts information into schema, and learning occurs as we assimilate knowledge into previously constructed schema, or accommodate knowledge to form a new scheme. Despite the photograph, he's not just blowing smoke. Next, we've got babyface Lev Vygotsky, a looker if ever there was. Vygotsky's known to have said that learning is primarily a social activity, and he takes that seriously at the nightclubs as well. Also, he's known to say that a teacher can create a zone of proximal development in which the teacher assists students into higher capacities than what the student could achieve on their own. When Lev's around, keep your enemies close and your daughters closer. Let's move along. We want to talk about two of the heavy hitters, John Dewey and Howard Gardner. Dewey first. John Dewey, the laboratorist. He's known to have conducted experiments on the varying effectiveness of learning activities. He also uses a pyramid model to explain pragmatism, which states that highly effective learning occurs through experience. He may teach in a lab, but he's no rat. He's also the second of the Pyramid Brothers. What is their goal? Well, that's what we're trying to find out. Maybe we should ask Howard Gardner, the mastermind. Gardner is known to have asserted that intelligence is a measure of how easily a person can learn, and that there are 9 or more different categories of intelligences. He is the brains behind the brains of the whole operation. Moving forward, let's talk about Bloom and Kolb. Benjamin the taxonomist Bloom. Bloom has created a taxonomy of cognitive verbs. It says that the task of the teacher is to help each child learn at his or her own level. Also, the tasks require differing amounts of cognitive effort, which can be divided into 6 levels. By working at the appropriate level, any student can learn effectively. At least that's what Bloom says. You may notice that he also represents the third arm of the pyramid. 3 corners, 3 sides, 3 brothers. There is something more going on, and it's up to you to get to the bottom of it. But first, I need to tell you about David Go Do It Kolb. Kolb is known to promote existential experiential learning, and the idea that learning occurs in a cycle, from concrete observation to reflection to formation of abstract concepts, and then testing of those concepts, which then leads back to observation. Don't turn your back on Kolb, because as he says, what goes around comes around. So now I ask you, who runs this town that we call education theory? Well, now you know. I'll leave it up to you to make the first move.